Hello and welcome to My India. I'm your host, Sarah Walsh. As the world rides the AI revolution, India is stepping up to shape its future. In New Delhi, global leaders, policymakers, tech giants, and young innovators gathered to decode what's next for artificial intelligence. From responsible AI and digital infrastructure to startups and skilling, the summit spotlighted India's bold vision: innovative, inclusive, and ready to lead the global tech game. Artificial intelligence is no longer just about the future. It is already part of our daily lives. From industry and education to healthcare and research, AI is transforming the world, and India is ready to lead this change. The recently held AI India Summit 2026 in New Delhi brought together global leaders, policymakers, tech experts, and innovators to shape a responsible and inclusive AI roadmap. The focus was on ethical AI, stronger digital infrastructure, startup innovation, youth skilling, and positioning India as a global tech powerhouse. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the summit, highlighting India's strong ambition to play a leading role in the global AI revolution.
AI के बारे में देश भर में जानकारी मिले और विशेषकर हमारे किसानों को, MSMEs को, हमारे ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में रहने वाले नागरिकों को, इसके लिए भारत ने जो सॉवरेन मॉडल्स में काम किया है, इसमें बहुत बड़ा फोकस रखा है मल्टीलिंगुअल मॉडल्स पे। भारत की जो भाषाएं हैं और विशेषकर जो बोलियां हैं, उन बोलियों में भी बहुत अच्छे से AI का प्रसारण हो सके, AI के बारे में जानकारी मिल सके और AI का उपयोग करके उन बोलियों में भी सॉल्यूशंस क्रिएट किए जा सके, वो एक बहुत बड़ा फोकस रखा है AI मिशन का।
Indian startups and top global tech companies turned the AI Summit into a live tech playground, showcasing how artificial intelligence is transforming everyday life. From AI-powered health diagnostics and smart farming solutions to generative AI tools and next-gen cybersecurity systems, innovators presented real-world tech that makes life faster, smarter, and more connected. The summit highlighted India's booming startup ecosystem, strong digital public infrastructure, and a new generation of skilled tech talent, positioning the country as a rising global hub for AI innovation and collaboration in the digital age.
AI जो है वो यहाँ पे रहने वाला है और आगे बढ़ने वाला है, इसलिए सबको जरूरत है कि वो AI के साथ मिलकर कैसे काम को कर सकते हैं और अपनी क्षमता बढ़ा सकते हैं, उसके ऊपर फोकस करना चाहिए।
This is a single platform where end-to-end everybody is there. Every single participant, users, buyers, end-to-end are available. And I don't think that any summit like this has ever been organized at this large scale globally. India is a country which has always shown the way of uniqueness and first of its kind.
Global AI leaders see India as a key innovation partner, seeking collaboration in research, startups, skilling, and infrastructure to co-develop inclusive, scalable AI solutions for emerging economies worldwide.
This is the first AI summit that is in a part of the emerging power developing region part of the world, what we sometimes call the Global South, which reflects the importance of this technology for billions of people, how they work, how they get medical care, how they get education. Question of how this technology will be controlled and how it shapes people's lives is very much in the discussions happening at this summit.
Great is that we do have the Africa AI Village in one of the exhibition rooms, and that has really been a nexus bringing organizations and people who are interested in the African AI innovation to come talk with all of us. It'll be really incredible for Africa and India to work together, because when you think about it, we have a bit of similar history or pathway towards technology. India tends to do things, in fact, when you look at the numbers in venture capital, it looks like Africa trends 5 years behind India. And with AI, it's a little similar to that.
With over 20 heads of state, including French President Emmanuel Macron and President of Brazil, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, along with 60 ministers and 500 global AI leaders, the AI Impact Summit 2026 transformed New Delhi into the world's AI capital. Global leaders explored collaborations with India through joint research, startup investments, technology transfer, and the co-development of AI infrastructure. Partnerships in skilling, data governance, and public-private innovation unlocked significant global capital, accelerating India's emergence as a next-generation AI hub.
In a few moments, an AI-generated work will be projected into the gateway of India as part of a production by the Grand Palais Immersif, a leading French institution in digital content and innovative immersive experiences. And this is just one of the many examples of AI's potential, a potential that France and India are determined to explore, but not without safeguards, not without carefully considering its consequences, to respect artists, to respect our children and teenagers, and to protect our democracies.
India expects to attract more than $200 billion in investments in artificial intelligence over the next 2 years, reflecting strong global confidence in its fast-growing digital economy. These investments are likely to flow into AI research and development, data centers, semiconductor manufacturing, startups, and advanced digital infrastructure. With a vast talent pool, expanding digital public infrastructure, and strong government push, India is positioning itself as a major global hub for AI innovation and long-term technology growth. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has stepped up India's AI game, calling it a game changer for growth and governance. Stressing ethical innovation, strong digital infrastructure, and youth skilling, he pushed for global collaboration to make AI inclusive and impactful. Here are the key highlights from Prime Minister Modi's bold vision for India's AI-powered future at the ongoing summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has outlined an ambitious and human-centric roadmap for India's AI future, declaring that the country should emerge among the world's top 3 AI superpowers by 2047. In an interview to ANI during the India AI Impact Summit 2026, the Prime Minister emphasized that artificial intelligence must serve humanity under the guiding philosophy of Sarvajan Hite, Sarvajan Sukhe, welfare and happiness for all. From inclusive datasets and rural empowerment to AI safety, skilling, and digital public infrastructure, Prime Minister Modi presented a comprehensive vision where technology accelerates development while remaining deeply rooted in Indian values. According to him, AI should ensure inclusive welfare and equitable outcomes for every citizen. He has set an ambitious target, positioning India among the world's top 3 AI superpowers by 2047, not just as a consumer of technology, but as a global creator and innovator. AI, he says, will play a crucial role in achieving the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, bridging the urban-rural divide, expanding economic opportunities, and driving inclusive national growth. In education, personalized learning platforms in Indian languages are supporting students in rural and government schools, making quality education more accessible. AI is also empowering women at the grassroots level, Nearly 36 lakh women dairy farmers are receiving real-time guidance on cattle health and productivity through AI-driven tools. For farmers, AI-powered crop advisory systems, soil analytics, and weather intelligence are enabling smarter and more localized agricultural decisions. Addressing concerns around fairness, India is working on inclusive datasets and regional language AI models to reduce gender, linguistic, and socioeconomic bias in AI systems. India's strong digital public infrastructure, including Aadhaar and UPI, is being integrated with AI to enhance governance, welfare delivery, and public service efficiency at scale. And finally, through the India AI Mission, the AI Safety Institute, Centers of Excellence, and large-scale skilling initiatives, the government is building a secure, innovative, and self-reliant AI ecosystem for the future. In essence, Narendra Modi has positioned AI as a transformative force for inclusive growth, ethical innovation, and national self-reliance, envisioning India not just as a participant, but as a global leader in the AI revolution by 2047. From Southeast Asia to the Western Indian Ocean, India's diplomacy is in overdrive. Prime Minister Modi's Malaysia visit, followed by high-level talks with Seychelles and New Delhi, signals a bold expansion of India's strategic footprint. From defense and maritime security to tech and economic partnerships, New Delhi is strengthening ties across the Indo-Pacific and Africa, shaping the future, not just reacting to it. India-Malaysia ties are powered by robust trade, defense cooperation, deep cultural links, and growing collaboration in technology, connectivity, and Indo-Pacific maritime security. To deepen this momentum, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Kuala Lumpur for delegation-level talks with Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, his first visit since relations were elevated to a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2024. 11 key agreements were exchanged, covering counterterrorism, intelligence sharing, maritime security, semiconductors, healthcare, and vocational training, with security cooperation anchoring the discussions. India also positioned itself as a technology and innovation leader, expanding collaboration in artificial intelligence and semiconductor manufacturing.
आज एग्रीकल्चर और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जैसे क्लीन एनर्जी और सेमीकंडक्टर तक हर क्षेत्र में हमारा सहयोग गहरा रहा है। स्किल डेवलपमेंट और कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग में भी हम अहम साझेदार हैं। हमारा रक्षा और सुरक्षा सहयोग भी लगातार मजबूत हो रहा है।
With bilateral trade approaching 19 billion, Malaysia also underscored India's growing economic clout, reinforcing the partnership's strong commercial momentum.
India is growing by leaps and bounds. It's one spectacular rise in the international economic and trade scene, and therefore Malaysia, in the ASEAN context, would certainly benefit immensely if we could secure more ways and opportunities to collaborate with India, to extending beyond the $18.59 billion that we achieved in 2025.
Even as India strengthened its ASEAN outreach, New Delhi welcomed Seychelles President Patrick Hermini for key bilateral talks. The strategically located Indian Ocean archipelago, Africa's wealthiest nation per capita, reaffirmed its support for India's Mahasagar vision, mutual and holistic advancement for security and growth across regions. Prime Minister Modi also unveiled a major economic commitment, signaling deeper strategic and development ties in the Indian Ocean.
आज हम $175 million के स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक पैकेज की घोषणा करने जा रहे हैं। यह पैकेज सोशल हाउसिंग, ई-मोबिलिटी, वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग, स्वास्थ्य, रक्षा और मैरीटाइम सिक्योरिटी जैसे क्षेत्रों में ठोस परियोजनाओं को सपोर्ट देगा। इन पहलों से सेशेल्स के लोगों, विशेषकर युवाओं के लिए रोजगार और कौशल के नए अवसर सृजित होंगे।
For India, Seychelles is a vital partner in securing sea lanes, countering piracy, and strengthening maritime awareness in the Western Indian Ocean. President Ermini highlighted the enduring depth of the partnership.
Particularly as this year marks a significant milestone in our relations. In June, Seychelles and India would commemorate the Golden Jubilee of its diplomatic relations, coinciding with Seychelles' 50th anniversary of independence, to which, Mr. Modi, you've been invited as a guest of honor.
From semiconductor collaboration in Malaysia to maritime capacity building in Seychelles, India is emerging not just as a regional power, but as a decisive Indo-Pacific force with growing cross-continental influence. India and the United States are moving toward a stronger trade partnership with a revised interim agreement that expands market access and tariff cooperation. New tariff adjustments and intentions to boost purchases of U.S. goods signal rising economic engagement, reflecting growing trust and deeper bilateral economic ties between the two largest democracies. In a landmark move to boost economic ties, India and the United States have agreed on a trade deal to deepen strategic and commercial engagement. Under the agreement, U.S. tariffs on Indian exports will drop from around 50% to 18%, easing duties that had impacted Indian industries. Labor-intensive sectors like textiles, apparel, gems, jewelry, leather, and footwear stand to gain significantly, expanding India's presence in the U.S. market. Our colleague Smita Prakash spoke with India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal to uncover the diplomacy behind the deal and its benefits for India.
You're terming this as a win-win deal for India and the US. The contours, you've discussed it in various interviews and in the media briefing that you had. I want to ask you that just break down the last 48 hours before this interim deal happened. What was going on in those last 48 hours, that crucial 48 hours?
The US is a country which has very deep strategic interests for India, as do we for the US. Our partnership encompasses much more than trade. We have a strong defense partnership. We are members of 2 quads. Both of us share interests in critical minerals, in the partnership on technology. So for us, this is a trade agreement which will further cement the US-India long-term strategic goals.
On February 2nd, President Trump calls Prime Minister Modi and he talks about this. And then there is Ambassador Sergio Gore. Did he, in any way, his conversation with President Trump, did it turbocharge the talks?
He did play a very important role in concluding the conversation towards finalization and announcement. And I would like to recognize and respect his contribution.
If there is a lack of bilateral consensus on Russian oil or on defense matters, doesn't that impact in any way, doesn't that impact in a great way on the trade deal too?
No, not at all. The trade deal doesn't discuss who will buy what and from where. The trade deal ensures that the pathway to trade is smooth, ensures preferential access. Trade FTAs are all about preferential access to your competition. So today when we've got an 18% reciprocal tariff, we have a preference over other developing nations who are usually our competition.
The allegation is that you have ceded India's sovereignty. What is your response to this?
This trade deal is truly a labor of love. It's come out of intense negotiations on both sides in the best interests of our country's stated goal to become a developed and prosperous country by 2047, Viksit Bharat 2047, and will provide immense opportunities for our youth, our sisters, our women, prevent huge opportunities for our farmers and fishermen. Our MSMEs will flourish. Our textile sector, our footwear and leather sector, our toy sector, handloom, handicraft, auto components, furniture, sky's the limit.
It's interesting that you say that one shouldn't have haste in signing these deals, but many say that it's the weaponization of the tariff regime which Donald Trump did, which led to Europe and the others for the haste in which they signed with India.
I think it's nothing to do with one relationship, has nothing to do with another situation. Every trade deal stands on its own legs, and we've right since December 2024 until we close on 27th January 2026. It's been a labor of love, a work with a lot of passion, a work with a collective effort of both sides, and 27 governments on that side, the whole of the government in India, working towards a fair and very, very balanced agreement between both geographies.
On that note, thank you very much, sir, for giving us the time.
Thank you.
Malerkotla feels like poetry in real life. In this historic city of Punjab, the Azan, Shabad Kirtan, and the temple bells rise together, not in competition, but in harmony. Here, festivals are shared, grief is collective, and faith builds bridges instead of barriers. Even during the partition of India in 1947, Malerkotla chose peace. That spirit continues to define the city today, a powerful reminder that unity isn't outdated, it's timeless. Tucked into Punjab's fertile plains, Malerkotla stands as a rare, living symbol of communal harmony. For centuries, this historic town has woven faith and traditions into a shared way of life, where peace isn't preached, it's practiced. At its spiritual heart is the 600-year-old Baba Haidar Sheikh Dargah, dedicated to Hazrat Sheikh Sadruddin Sare Jahan. Every Thursday, Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and Christians gather here, not as separate communities, but as one, united in prayer and devotion.
जो ये दरगाह है, इनका बाबा जी का नाम है शेख सदरुद्दीन सदर जहां। वैसे इनको बोला जाता है बाबा हैदर शेख के नाम से, और ये 600 साल पुरानी दरगाह है। और बाबा जी अफ़गानिस्तान से आए थे। वीरवार को यहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा भीड़ होती है। हाँ जी, हर वीरवार को बहुत ज़्यादा यहाँ भीड़ होती है। और यहाँ पे हिंदू, मुस्लिम और सिख सभी धर्मों के लोग यहाँ पे आते हैं इनके, और सबकी ये सुनते हैं।
Just a short walk away stands the serene Hadinara Gurdwara, a sacred space woven into Malerkotla's soul. It honors the Nawab's courageous stand against injustice during the Mughal era, a moment that etched the city into Sikh history with deep respect. Today, the Gurdwara remains open to all, welcoming every visitor, regardless of faith, with the same spirit of dignity and grace.
ਇੱਥੇ ਮਲੇਰਕੋਟਲਾ ਦੇ ਰਿਆਸਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ, ਹਿੰਦੂ, ਮੁਸਲਿਮ ਸਾਰੇ ਭਾਈਚਾਰਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਵਿਆਹ ਸ਼ਾਦੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਇੱਕ ਦੂਏ ਦੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ, ਮੰਦਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ।
Adding to Malerkotla's spiritual mosaic is the vibrant Kali Mata temple, where devotees, especially on Saturdays, offer nariyal, chuni, and prasad to the goddess. What makes it special isn't just the ritual, but the people. Visitors from every community come here in quiet devotion. In Malerkotla, different faiths standing side by side isn't extraordinary. It's simply everyday life.
सारे लोग के, सारे समाज के जो श्रद्धालु आते हैं, जिसमें कि अपने हिंदू, सिख, ईसाई, मुसलमान सारे लोग ही यहाँ पर 20% मुसलमान भी श्रद्धालु यहाँ पर आते हैं और जाट भाई, सिख, बानिए सारे ही यहाँ पर बड़ी श्रद्धा लेकर के काली माता को मान करके बड़ी श्रद्धा से शनिवार को तो बहुत रश के साथ में यहाँ पर आते हैं और बहुत सारा सामान, नारियल, चुन्नी, प्रसाद जो भी यहाँ चढ़ाया जाता बड़ी श्रद्धा से चढ़ाया जाता है।
As India celebrates its diversity, this small Punjabi city offers a quiet but powerful reminder. Unity works best when it's lived daily, not just spoken about. Malerkotla is more than a dot on the map. It's a living story of peace, shared faith, and the lasting strength of coexistence. From choosing peace during partition to sharing every festival today, this historic Punjab city proves that unity is not old-fashioned, it's eternal. And with that, we wrap up today's episode of My India. I'm your host, Sarah Walsh, and we'll see you next week at the same time. Goodbye and take care.